Hey guys, Happy New Year. This is the first official live Q&A of 2021. So we definitely wanted to wish you a Happy New Year. Lots of things to be thankful for. You know, obviously.
That was one heck of a year.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. It was challenging, but the great news is that we were able to keep sharing that car passion. And keep going. Because that's what you have to do. You have to keep going. I mean, what other choice?
I mean, yeah, we're not just going to lay down in the middle of the road.
Yeah, so we definitely appreciate your support as we continue through the pandemic. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm crossing my toes. I got my lucky quarter. We're not doing rabbit's feet anymore.
No, we want to be kind to animals.
Yeah, kind of animals. So, but we're saying a little prayer that 2021 will end off on a higher note.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yes.
That would just be amazing.
Especially for getting out to events so that we could see everybody.
And that's been the challenge because we haven't been able to see you all. And that was one of the things that we really wanted to do because we started doing those live meet and greets in LA in November of 2019. Of course, yeah. And then Chicago in 2020.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about today is what we have kind of on the horizon
for
2021.
And we have some exciting things happening. I think the most exciting thing to mention right off the bat, and this is because many of you have requested this, we are officially launching. Mark your calendar, go to your Apple iWatch, whatever you do, go outside and look at the sundial if it's still sunny out where you live. February 1st, we are launching what?
Patreon.
We're launching the official.
Asking for this for like years.
And we already got a super chat from Jaden. Jaden, it's good to have you here he lives out in Tennessee, right?
Yeah. And Germantown, I believe. Germantown, Tennessee.
That definitely. So he has a question. What does a twin scroll turbocharger mean? So basically, there's single scroll, there's twin scroll. When you have a twin scroll turbocharger, you're going to be able to get quicker boost, more boost from it.
Okay.
So there you go, Jaden. That was thank you for the super chat. Remember, if you have a specific question or there's something that you want to specifically say, right now we're almost to 100 people and it's only been 2 minutes. So thank you to the people so far that are here. Yes.
Thank you for tuning in. It's been an interesting
Happy New Year.
Yeah, the news has been kind of busy and everything else.
Another awesome
Alex,
thank you for that super chat. We really appreciate you, and it's great to have you here. But like we were saying, if you want to be heard or be seen, you could use the super chat.
And I know sometimes super chat's kind of confusing too. So Alex, I don't see a question come through for Alex.
Yes.
So Alex, I'm going to keep an eye on the chat, and if you'd like to send over a question or a comment, feel free.
Definitely, and we appreciate that. And remember, we take the super chat funds and we put it right back into the channel. We're going to events. Things are starting to open up a little bit.
Yep.
And we want to get out there more to see you guys. So thank you for all that you do, your support, and for the people who are super chatting. Another thing to be aware about tonight is that we don't have Benji with us. Benji had to work. He is our moderator for the live chat. So Lori's going to be handling that herself.
You see me staring.
Yeah, if you see her staring, she's not staring at you.
I'm trying not to be creepy.
She's actually with me, guys.
We got another super chat from Kenton Yuli.
Kenton, we love Ken. Ken's a good guy. Thank you, Kenton, for that. So he says, Joe, thoughts on the new Buick Envision Avenir or the Sport Touring package? It's funny you bring that up because literally our great contacts over at Dick Norris Buick GMC, Melvin and Adam, said, hey, we got these in. I haven't even seen it in person yet. So the great news, Kenton, I'm glad that you asked. We're going to be filming that and bringing it to the channel, hopefully by the weekend. So stick to the channel, and I definitely will have plenty of thoughts to share. Did Alex have anything?
Not yet. Okay. I'm watching.
Alex, if you have a specific question.
And thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you, Kenton. Thank you, Jaden, so far. And thank you for everybody who's here.
Well, and somebody did ask in the chat, do I have to super chat?
No, you do not have to super chat. We are going to try to get to questions at the end. But what always happens is we always have more questions than we have time. So if there's something that you're yearning to hear an answer about,
a burning question that you just can't go to sleep at night.
Sometimes the super chat's the best way to get it done.
It is. And don't spam, right? Because that's not going to help because we're going to hold all those questions.
But we understand, listen, times are tough. We're not expecting any super chats but we appreciate it. We're very grateful. We're very grateful just to have you here. We have already over 133 people.
Which is really awesome.
But going back to what I originally said, we're going to start the Patreon page Raity's Rides official page. Stay tuned for details on all our different social media platforms, because we will have the details of that on how to become a Patreon. What do you get by being a Patreon? I know a lot of people want to be more connected with Lori and I and all the things that we have, the bloopers, the behind the scenes stuff. Patreon will be able to bring that to you. So something to think about. Adam is so supportive up in Canada.
Thank you, Adam.
He's always he loves your camera work.
Oh, thank you, Adam. I really appreciate it.
Always gives you shout outs.
I'm myself, so thank you for that, Adam.
Yeah, she does a fantastic job. Now, before we dive into the next piece of information, I'm hoping that many of you have seen the 2022 Acura MDX A-Spec. Pretty amazing.
That we posted tonight.
We filmed today and we posted today. Thanks to her hard work out there in the elements. And today was kind of weird. It got warm here in Florida.
It was hot, guys.
Yes.
And the weather said it was going to be 50. So I'm bundled up in all these clothes.
It was just weird. So we got it filmed. We got it up. Thank you for understanding that I could not do the driving impressions. No on throttle.
Explain that a little bit, because the word embargo.
Yes. What does that mean?
Yeah.
So what happens is whenever there's a media launch, official media launch, and I get a vehicle directly from the manufacturer, they put an actual date and time when I'm allowed to talk about driving impressions. And what that does is it allows all the auto journalists, from people on YouTube to Car and Driver to Road and Track, to get behind the wheel.
That makes
sense. Then everybody have a fair share at releasing that information.
And so
another super chat.
David.
Thank you, David. Thank you. Hello to you as well. It's great to have you here.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the super chat.
It's really cool because it does feel like we're with a lot of these folks. It's really awesome.
I love sharing, and that's we get that a lot in the reviews.
Yeah.
When I'm doing the on throttle drives, people say, "Hey, I feel like I'm with you."
And speaking about driving, that was the part that was embargoed in the MDX.
Yes, it's the driving impressions. So what we like to do on Raity's Rides is that even if there's an embargo where we have to wait until a specific date, and that date is next Thursday, January 28th, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be a part 2. And we totally filmed a different video. It's not the same review.
Completely different
video. I
actually
focus more on why would I buy it and what are the things that I really, really like. And then we have the driving portion.
We have 2 super chats that just came in.
All right. That's really
First
generous.
From Isaac Sanchez.
What's up, Isaac? Thank you for that super chat. He says, thank you to the Raity's Rides team for all the hard work and dedication. The content produced has helped take my mind off the crazy things in life. God bless you guys. God bless you too. And it helps us too. It helps us be able to share the excitement and not be focused on all the crazy things like Isaac said.
It's easy to get caught up in a lot of that crazy stuff.
And then we have another super chat from Patrick. Thank you, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick.
I think this one is for you.
Lori, how do you contain yourself with all of Joe's jokes? And Joe, what does a DCT transmission feel like versus a manual? Still prefers a manual. You know what, Patrick? It is really hard. Here's what I will say. I am also a yoga instructor and a yoga practitioner for almost 20 years.
She shuts it off.
I am able to go to another plane of existence. Otherwise, if I didn't do that, I would be, because there are times I lose it.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Oh, and we'll stop. Well, immediately when we stop, we'll just start laughing.
Yes. It happens quite a bit.
So thank you for the super chat.
Thanks,
Great
Patrick.
question. Now, for the question you had for me, DCT versus manual. So DCT, it's just so quick, so fast shifting. It's like you can't even wrap your mind around it. Manual, like you were saying, I still prefer it. It just has that feel. One thing I want to keep stressing to all of you is I love feel. I'm all about feeling.
Yeah.
And what does the car make me feel when I'm driving?
Like reading a spec sheet is not going to do it for you.
Spec sheets are cool. You can go to the car shows and say, my car has a top speed of 190 miles an hour. Great. That's wonderful. But for me, what does it feel like? Because you don't drive a spec sheet. And guess what? I made the mistake. Just like some of you have made the mistake where you go buy a car because of the spec sheet and it winds up being boring.
Yeah.
Or you can't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things, manual, but with a DCT, you're never going to be able to outshift it. And what's great about a DCT, like I experienced at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the GT500, is that it shifts so smoothly to where the chassis doesn't get upset.
Wow.
One of the things with a manual transmission, a lot of people don't understand, is that whole point of heel-toe downshifting is to keep the chassis stable as you are downshifting and braking.
Right.
If you screw that up because you don't know how to dance on your tippy toes, it messes up the whole transition. So that, I hope, explains it. I probably gave you more information than what you wanted, but hey, that's what I'm all about, is giving you more than what you bargained for.
That's right. Sure. That's what we do.
Yes. So thank you, Patrick,
thank you,
for that.
Isaac.
Yes. Thank you for the super chat. We got another one from Jaden. What is a scroll in it? So if you look inside the turbocharger, it's that thing that's spinning around. So that's what's going to help generate that exhaust air comes out, and then it's going to get spun up and shoved and rammed back into the engine, Jaden. That's what produces the boost and the extra oomph to get you going.
Very, very
But thank you for the super chats. Where was I? Oh, we were talking about the MDX. So they put an embargo on the MDX, the embargo list for the driving impressions, all new review. So stay tuned for that. And I got to drive it on the twisty bits just for you guys. I can't wait to get the Type S. I really can't wait. Another thing that we were going to talk about is Mecum.
Oh, yeah. And before we do that, I replied to Langston. He was wondering when we're going to get a chance to review the Elantra. The Elantra N.
Elantra N is coming very soon.
That's what I said. Soon,
hopefully, Langston, stay tuned. Stick to Raity's Rides. We will bring it to you.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're going to love
it. It's coming. We're working on that.
We're working on it.
That's a really important car. But Mecum. Yes.
The first big event of 2021.
Guys, you know, I've been to Mecum before, but this one really overwhelmed me. There were so many cars.
So many. We got another super chat.
Oh, yes, from Shika. Thank you so much,
Thank you, Shika.
For both of you, honest opinions of the BRZ redesign.
Do you want to go first?
Well, I mean, I have not.
Ladies first.
Unfortunately, have not had these eyes on the car yet. Right?
Yes, that is true.
So we haven't been able to see it just yet. We've only been going based off of pictures.
This is true.
I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I really want to get behind the wheel.
Yes, definitely, especially with a little bit more horsepower.
Yes.
You know, I know you love your BRZ.
I have a really good feeling about it, Shika.
Yes.
So that's my opinion.
My opinion is the same. I love the design. I think the look of it, they kind of evolved it rather than a revolution. It's an evolution. And I really dig that because look at how successful the 911 is based off of evolution. I love the flat four. I think flat four engine. I'm thinking if they're able to get 250 horsepower naturally aspirated, no turbo. I don't need a turbo.
Right.
Naturally aspirated 250 horsepower, that car would be dynamite.
And I think that car is just so underrated.
Sure.
And people just don't know.
But I can't wait.
They haven't been behind the wheel.
I still can't wait. I can't wait. But we're both excited, and we're going to be bringing it to you. I know LD over at Reef Subaru wants us to bring it to you as soon as he gets it.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that, Shika. We have another super chat. Raul, do you know about the Silverado interior update? Yes. They are going to be doing an update, and it's going to look identical to what you see in the Tahoe. So good news. They're changing the infotainment system. To be honest with you, they should have done that when they brought the redesign of the Silverado out.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been a change.
I agree.
So stay tuned. Thank you for your super chat, Raul. We love you. Next up, we have Steven.
From Tampa.
Read this one? From Tampa.
Yeah. So would you rather have the new Venom F5 or the new Evora? I haven't seen the Venom F5 review, but I might be totally wrong.
You know, that's a tough call. I've liked the older Venoms, and they were pretty substantial vehicles. So without knowing all the information, and just like yourself, obviously not being able to drive either one, I'm going to go with the Venom F5. But you know, I'd be happy to have either one. To be honest with you, when it comes to supercars type stuff, I'd be just happy with a Ferrari. I mean. Yeah, I don't need
that. Well, that's one of your dream cars.
Yes, it is.
You were a little kid.
It is. Ever since I was little.
Yeah, the Ferrari F40. When you asked
F40.
So what is your top 3 favorite cars of all time? Would you say
top 3 favorite cars of all time is going to be a Ferrari F40,
right?
A McLaren F1 supercar,
right?
And I think my Shelby GT350R.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I like that. Good choices.
Thank you.
So great question.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Steven from Tampa, who's just right around the corner.
Small world. We got another question from Jaden.
Yep.
He says, what is a serpentine belt and why does it squeak when it goes out? What causes the supercharger whine? Why is Jake braking so loud? So I'm going to answer some of those questions right now for you, Jaden. First of all, a serpentine belt is a single belt that drives all your accessories. It's run off the crankshaft, and it'll do your AC compressor, your power steering. And what happens is a lot of times it loses its elasticity, and that's what causes it to squeak. Sometimes the tensioner pulley can also be going, and that could make a squeaking problem. When it comes to your next question is what caused the supercharger whine? That's going to be that pulley spinning the turbine inside that supercharger. And why is Jake braking so loud? It has to do with the air braking system in those trucks. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you for the super chat, Jaden.
Wow, go Joe.
Knocking them out.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thanks,
Josh,
Jaden. We've got one from Josh.
Yes, Josh Hernandez. Thank you for super chatting. Had any scary on throttle experiences? Go Bucks. Yeah, so definitely Bucks are having one heck of a time, and it's going to be interesting to see if they make it to the Super Bowl. Scary experiences. I think probably one of the scariest experiences I had on throttle was Dream Giveaway Garage. Just got that Lingenfelter ZL1 1LE back from Lingenfelter, and it just so happened the clamp for the top radiator hose was not secured all the way, and it actually came off during the drive. But because of my experience racing cars, being around cars from a young age, I felt it actually pretty instantaneously.
Right.
It made me pucker up a little bit.
Oh.
But I knew what was going on at least. And I knew not to jam on the brakes or whatever. And we were able to pull over. Okay. And then we were able to get it back on, get antifreeze in there, and make it back. So that's probably the scariest moment for that. So hopefully that answers your question. And yes, definitely go Bucks. I think I went a little too fast there.
That happens. It's
like
very sensitive. Okay, so there's Josh. So thanks again, Josh.
Ron.
All right, so Ron says, hey, Joe and Lori. Joe, what's up with the Camaro? Are they giving it a little hiatus?
You know, there's a lot of, that's a good question, Ron. There's a lot of discussion about the Camaro right now. And there was some information that came out of Australia that I think got everybody excited.
Right.
Supposedly they said that the Camaro would continue for something like another 6 years. I don't think that is in reference to what we're talking about, like a production Camaro. I think they were talking about their racing series or something like that, and it had something to do with that. As far as I know, from my contacts at Chevrolet, 2022 is the final year of the Camaro.
Right.
And it's got
Which makes sense because they've taken it away before.
And think about it. And guess what? The year that they took it away was 2002. So maybe they have a thing with 2.
Could be. And it could be they take it away for a period of time. And then there's talk about it comes back as a sort of
SUV.
We won't even say.
So are they giving it a little hiatus? I think that if the Camaro comes back,
I think it's going to be more than a hiatus.
It
might be a different car.
Yeah, it'll say Camaro, but I think it's going to be either an EV or some crazy
something else.
EV SUV, which to me, that's not a Camaro. So I'd rather it be dead.
They would be
honest.
I know, but they would be stupid to let that name die. That name has so much
history. But I'm still pissed off about the Mustang Mach-E. But I'll call it a Mach-E. I'm not calling it a Mustang Mach-E.
Yeah, well.
But it's funny you bring up the Camaro thing because my wheels and my brain have been turning about Camaros.
You definitely are very partial to that ZL1 1LE.
That 1LE, I love it.
That is a car that he talks about
a lot of recent, yes.
All right, so great question.
Thank you, Rob.
Sam Gass has a question. Thanks, Sam. You inspired me to make my own automotive YouTube channel. Used to have a Daytona 392. When do you think values will drop on Hellcats to about less than 45,000?
So first of all, thank you for your super chat. Thank you for let me inspire you.
He is very inspiring.
It's one of those things that, listen, a lot of people say, man, I love your job. I wish I could have it. You just need to go out there and do it. If you go out there and chase the dream and start off for fun. I just started off for fun. That wasn't the plan.
Here's what I'll say about it. It's not as easy as it looks.
It isn't. It isn't. It takes lots of extra stuff.
But here's the thing: if you're passionate about it, then you just do it
because
you're passionate.
And if you have a great partner,
well, that's true.
If you have a great partner who's there through thick and thin, it makes it that much easier. She told me for years I should. Technically, Raity's Ride should probably be celebrating the 7-year anniversary. We've only been doing it for 3 years, but you knew.
Finally, he listened.
But don't give up. Whatever you do, don't give up. And second of all, prices on Hellcats, I'm probably going to say within a year.
Okay.
It really depends on what you want. What kind of condition? Do you want one with miles?
Yep.
Do you want one that's a little rougher on the edges? That's always going to be a big factor.
We saw everything at Makeup too.
Yeah. Right? Oh, yeah.
We even saw a Bronco Sport.
I know they were auctioning off a Bronco Sport. And I think Somebody pay like 5,000 more for it. They're crazy.
It's fascinating.
We got 195 people watching. Thank you, 195
guys, for
fans, viewers, Raiti's Rise family members. We love you.
This is great.
Thanks, Sam.
We've got a few more super chats from
Lionel
Caballero.
Nice, nicely done.
Thank you. Hey guys, love your reviews and content. I'm in the process of buying my very own Mustang GT 350. Congratulations.
Nice, congrats, yes.
I'm going to buy a 2019 or a 2020. I'd love to visit and hang out. We'd love that too. That would be awesome.
Thank you first of all for the super chat. Second of all, trust me, I know what the passion is about the GT 350.
Yeah.
And definitely, you know, we're going to be having more celebrations. That 500K, because of all your great support, we're getting close to the 500. We just hit 436,000 subscribers today.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
So thank you guys.
Thank you.
We love all of you. We're going to be getting close to that 500,000. We're going to have celebrations. And once this pandemic can get under control, we are hitting the road again because I want meet and greets.
Yeah.
I want to meet you guys. I want to take the pictures. I want to hear what your favorite car is, what your favorite review is,
and
all that good stuff.
And a car show.
Yeah. So
really awesome.
Thank you, Lionel, for that. And good luck with your search. I think in 2019, 2020 is going to be a great one to go after.
Oops, you scrolled too fast.
I scrolled too fast again?
Go back,
okay,
way back up.
Wait.
Find Lionel.
Okay.
Find Lionel's chat.
Here we go. Is there a second one? I did it. Yeah.
That's it.
So Lionel.
Yep.
Then we got Jaden again with another super chat. What is air suspension and why is it so smooth? So think about it. Think about an air mattress.
Mm-hmm.
You inflate it with air, it kind of makes the mattress a little bit more comfortable than if it was just no air and flat on the floor, right? Air suspension works the same way. You have air bladders, they fill up with air, and then you're going to be riding on your little cloud of air as you're 4 clouds of air as you're going. Do you like that?
Realistic.
Do you like that?
Didn't you guys really feel like
that doesn't look very smooth, does it? But that's what it is, Jaden. Thank you for the super chat. Lionel, again, thank you for that second super chat. You're really awesome. I appreciate it. When you get that GT350, please send me an email at ratiesrise.com or info
at ratiesrise.com. We made it easy, guys. We got a really easy email address what we just did for the new year.
And also go to ratiesrise.com and register your email because this great person next to me, we are sending out monthly newsletters. So a lot of you got the holiday newsletter from Raiti's Rides. That was just for you. Make sure we have your email there.
Yeah, that way also you can be registered for any of like the 500,000 subscriber giveaway.
Sure.
Because if you didn't see last month's live,
we gave out last month's guy.
Giveaway.
We had GoPro 9s, we had slot car sets, we had cleaning sets, the whole 9 yards. It was awesome.
Okay, Luis Rodriguez. Thanks, Luis. Hey, Joe, were you about to tear up when you were on throttle in the 66 Corvette?
You know what? I'll be honest with you, and I'm not afraid to say it. You know, I did a little bit. I mean, it was emotional for me because I'm a big Corvette guy. I know everybody thinks I'm a big Ford guy.
Well, that's a lot of folks that don't know your history with the Corvette.
The funny thing is I've been a Corvette guy for much longer, and that's why I'm kind of passionate about the C8, and I know I don't always show my love and admiration for it. It's because I love all the older Corvettes so much.
Well, yeah, it's such a part of your life. So why was this one so special?
This one was so special was because, first of all, the condition of that car was ridiculous.
Gosh, that car.
Perfect. Perfection.
If you haven't seen that review,
you need to watch that review. Dream Giveaway Garage finds some awesome vehicles to give away. And it was just my first time in a C2 Corvette. The top was down, that 427, the 4-speed. And that car was a sweetheart. You turned the key, started right up, 427.
Oh my
so, yes, it was a little emotional for me. I've always wanted to drive one, and it was great to share it with all of you.
Have you driven all the other generations? I
still haven't driven a C1. I need to drive a C1. Okay. C1 is next.
That's coming.
But I have driven all the other generations.
Yeah, that's amazing. What an amazing thing. So thank you, Luis, for that.
Yes.
And then Lionel, thank you so much for your donations.
Yes.
So generous. Really,
that's
really
great. You know, that is awesome to do the donations with Dream Giveaway Garage. And hey, man, if you win the car, that's even better. And I promise you that if you wind up winning something, Lionel, I'll definitely find a way to meet you over there if you pick up your car from Dream Giveaway Garage because it's not far from where we live.
That's right. And we did receive your super chat donation here. And for anybody else who wants to support Raiti's Rides, we mentioned this at the top of the show. Patreon is starting. February 1st. So mark your calendars, and it's going to be really easy to find it. It's not launched yet, but it's going to be
February 1st.
Patreon.com/Raiti's Rides. But all that's going to be on social media coming up.
Get ready for it.
Yeah. So thank you, Lionel. And thank you, Louise. And now we have Bao Lee from Canada. Bao Lee,
yes, on throttle. That's how we do it here on Ladies Rides.
I don't know about you guys, but anytime I'm in the car by myself, I just yell on throttle.
On throttle, especially when you're passing that one slow person. Yeah. You're just like, on throttle, see ya.
I love it. Thank you guys for that.
Are we up? Are we almost caught up?
We might be caught up.
No, my fast scrolling.
Yeah, you and I'm
a fast scrolling here.
Well,
let me back. I'm backing up. Okay. Yeah, here we go. On throttle.
Okay, so
Eric is here. Eric, you're awesome, man. Thanks for being here. You want me to read this one?
Yes.
It says, hey, Joe and Lori, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. I have some sad news between COVID and home repairs. First sprung up, I had to sell the Mustang.
Dang it.
It sucks, but I had to do what is best for my family. Cheers, guys. Listen, man, I totally understand.
Yep.
And I appreciate the super chat. You really don't have to do that.
I know, for goodness sake. Eric,
but, you know, it will come back.
Yeah.
It will come back. There are brighter days ahead for everybody. And the great news is we will be here for all of you. When you're having that day, when you're feeling like crap, things aren't going well, come to Raiti's Rides, and we'll always have a laugh together. We'll share the cars together, and that's what will get us through this. But better days are in front of us. We just got to be patient and unfortunately make some drastic decisions when we have to.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I mean, that's what happens.
And, you know, change is on the horizon. You know,
that's
there's not going to be, you know, returning to the way it used to be is not possible. But we are going to have some things moving forward. Some forward momentum is going to happen.
But thank you, Eric. We appreciate you. We love you. And if there's anything I could ever do, just shoot me an email or something.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Josh Hernandez, thank you for the super chat. He says, has a car ever had a malfunction while reviewing? Yes. I've had exhausts fall off cars. Sometimes I won't name the car because I don't want the owner or whoever to feel bad or whatever. But there's been some mess ups where cars stall and I can't get it restarted because the battery's having a problem or something like that. It happens.
Or the best is when they run out of gas.
Run out of gas. Yes, that is true.
That's awesome. I love it. It's just really
that's
great.
Right. So thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat, Josh. And that's a good question because it happens.
Yes.
It's the behind the scenes stuff that, guess what, as a Patreon member,
we have
you're going to be able to see.
For you guys. Oh my goodness. And sometimes I just forget and I leave the camera rolling. So all kinds of outtakes. All right. So just left movie, $14.99. Thank you so much for that. Porsche Cayenne Turbo, 2012 or 14 or something else. I'm looking to buy. Joe and Lori, I need some advice.
You know, a Porsche Cayenne Turbo is an awesome machine. The only thing that I would be concerned about, especially if you're looking at something like a 2012, is going to be miles, and it's going to be maintenance. So definitely make sure that you have a detailed maintenance report, because if you're buying a Porsche, you're going to be paying Porsche prices when things break. Just something to think about. In that same category, I mean, obviously there's lots of the other German Euro brands, but those are also going to be kind of pricey. So it kind of comes with the territory. I say go for it, but just find one that has all the documentation from start to finish.
Yeah.
But thank you for that super chat. We appreciate your support. And hey, if you get one, email me. I'd love to see a picture. We love getting the pictures, guys. When you guys get your cars, especially if it has something to do with our reviews, we love seeing your pictures, man.
Yeah, because we get your emails. So, hey, you know, it's because of you I bought XYZ car. We would love to see you with the car.
Definitely.
It really makes
sense. And then Jaden is back again with another super chat. He says, if you all in Shelby County, come to Pyros. Yes, Jaden's actually going to be, I think, working at Pyros, which is a pizza place.
And Shelby County is in Tennessee.
Yes, perfect.
And who doesn't love pizza?
Who doesn't love Shelby?
That's right. And who doesn't love Shelby?
Yeah, I just did a fast scroll again. Why do I do that?
It's, you know, it's a glitchy thing. I don't.
It's a glitch.
It's not you.
It's the internet.
All right. So Edgeber Rule.
Thank you, Edgeber Rule, for the super chat. Thank you, Jaden, by the way.
Does Joe ever use the word zonk during any disagreements? Actually, no, I do.
She zonks me, yes.
I'm going to zonk you for that one. And I'm very serious when I do.
So not me. It's definitely you. So great question. And I actually get emails from people when they're like, I just zonked my wife and now I'm in the dog house. Yeah.
It's funny. It happens. I can relate. Bang P, thank you so much for that.
Thank you for that super chat. We really appreciate you. We appreciate you having you. We have over 205 people here, 208 people here. We love you all. whether you're super chatted or not, it's just great to have you here. But obviously, we like to acknowledge those that super chatted. Well, I think we are
caught up. So one of the things that we were going to talk about is Mecum, because Mecum it's one of these experiences we got to go to because it's in Kissimmee,
almost
Florida.
4,000 cars, not far from us. We're about an hour and 45 minutes from Kissimmee.
And we went because of their safety protocols, right? We knew it's like
social distancing,
hand
sanitizers. And the great news is because Mecum has a very expansive internet website where
a lot of
people buy online, believe it or not. So there really wasn't that many people there, and we didn't go on the busiest days. We like to go on the less busy days because we're filming. We like to get up close and personal. We actually, Lori and I were on one of the Mecum broadcasts. You can see us walking.
Yeah, one of my high school friends that I haven't talked to in years was like, hey, did I just see you on Mecum?
Yes.
So it was really, really cool. Really great experience. Definitely. So if you haven't tuned in, just because it's like a museum and a car show in one.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, so my favorite car.
Did you have favorites?
I did. So
Go figure.
I know you guys saw this. It was all over the news, but Carroll Shelby's personal 427 Cobra.
Yes.
I mean, it's not every day that you walk past an almost $6 million car.
Yeah, it sold for $5.9 million.
I've never
totally restored back to original spec, but it was actually registered and owned and driven by Carroll Shelby.
Yeah, his personal car. That was pretty amazing.
We did get another super chat
from SS Jake 915. Thank you so much. You should review a 2007 Impala.
You know what? I actually want to get my hands on one of those. I've been trying to track one down. Hopefully I could get one, and I definitely want to get one with a manual.
Oh gosh, yeah, if you could.
Yes.
All right. So what about you? What was your favorite car?
My top 3 cars are definitely going to be that Dodge Viper. I love that 1993 Dodge Viper, 700 and something miles.
That's in my top 3.
Oh, did I take that from you?
No, it's okay. You can have it.
Oh,
I'll share.
We can share?
Yes.
Did you say your top 3?
No, I just did my top 1.
Oh, your top 1.
Yes.
All right, so I start with the Viper.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so what's your other one?
Well, it was the Viper. But why don't you tell everybody why you love the Viper so much?
I'll tell everybody why.
We
got another super chat. Hold on a second.
Fuse Cheetah. Hey, Fuse Cheetah. So, hey, Joe, anytime soon, you would let Lori review a car this year like you did in the past with the pickup truck. I'll handle that. All right,
handle it.
First of all, thank you so much. Guys, he asks me to do it all the time.
I do.
I'm not, I know I'm sitting here in front of a camera right now telling you that I don't like to be in front of the camera, which is doesn't really make sense. But I'm more of a behind the scenes kind of gal. So he keeps working on me to do another one. So I will definitely do something this year, but we'll see.
And if you haven't yet, Fuse Cheetah, seen her BRZ review, definitely check that out.
That's right. I did.
And remember, if you're looking for a certain vehicle, just type BRZ and Raiti or Raiti's Rides and the search on YouTube, and our reviews will come up.
Well, you know what's really cool is you don't even have to search it on YouTube. You can also search
Google.
Just straight up Google.
Yeah, but they're already on YouTube.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, YouTube is one of the best search engines out there.
So yeah, tell me about it. So the reason why we love the Viper is, first of all, it was a 93. It was the second year of production, the most raw. So no ABS, no traction control, no airbags, no outside door handles, no side windows, no hardtop. It just came with a cloth top.
But when you looked inside this car, it was
700 miles.
The leather
700 miles.
Looked perfect.
Looked like brand new.
Didn't look like anybody.
Looked like brand spanking new.
All
so
right,
that was our second.
Yes.
My first, your second.
Okay, I agree with that. Bao Lee, thank you so much. Narrowed down my used car search to a 2018-2020 TLX A-Spec Tech package, or should I just get a Toyota or Honda SUV and admit I'm old?
Listen, man, you're never too old. Age is just a state of mind.
Yeah.
I say if you really want that TLX A-Spec, I actually like the previous generation a lot. The way that it looks, the way that it drives. I'm not in love with, obviously, the dual screen setup, but it's a great car. It's a reliable car, and they look great. So I would say jump on it and don't go that SUV route.
Don't do the old.
Not yet.
No.
Not now.
No.
Wait till you're like 90.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I would do.
Even then, still buy the
Yes,
TL.
that's right. And I just screwed everything up again.
No, you
there we
didn't.
go.
That's fine.
Okay.
Kenton's back.
Kenton's
Thank you,
back.
Kenton. You want to read that one?
It says, when will we be able to see a full review and test drive of the new Infiniti QX60? Hopefully soon. They are slow. This pandemic has not only has it messed up our lives, it's messed up how the auto manufacturers are able to produce these vehicles and get them out. Now, for example, the Acura MDX that we got up today, normally the way that it would work, all the auto journalists would go to one location. They would have about 40 MDXs, and we would be given one to drive for a couple days and then do the review. The way that they have to do it now, because they're not having a lot of media events, is they're sending the cars to the different states. And you have to wait. So that is kind of messing things up. I'm hoping by April we get a QX60. We'll see, but we're gonna bring it to you, so don't worry. It just we gotta wait until we get
too, because a lot of times the cars are just showing up at dealerships. And the salespeople don't even know.
Well, and a lot of people think about the Kia K5 GT. We got to do the review. It still isn't at dealerships yet. So great question. It's coming soon. Don't you worry.
And then Miguel is here.
Car Reviews. Yes.
Thank you. You inspired me. I started my own channel.
Yes. He reaches out to me on Instagram.
Oh, that's great.
Gave him a few pointers, and hey, you got to start somewhere.
That's
and
right.
Do it for fun and see where it goes.
That's right. You never know. A lot of people branch out and do a bunch of different things.
Great to have you here, Miguel. We really appreciate your super chat.
Yes.
And Miguel Lopez.
Planning on getting a manual Veloster N in the near future, largely because of you. Should I get the 21 or save money and get the 20?
You know, it's tough, man. The reason why is because I love the new seats in the 2021. Those performance seats.
They were nice. They make a difference.
It changes.
The aesthetics.
It really does.
The feel.
It really does
make a difference.
If you could find a really good deal on a 20, I wouldn't pass it up.
That's true.
Because performance-wise, those seats aren't going to make a lick of difference. But if you want that little something that's extra special,
like if it's really not that big of a savings, because I don't know, you just
it just depends on what you want, how much you want to spend, and how much you could save. But you can't go wrong with either way, and they are a ton of fun to drive.
Oh my gosh,
for sure.
The best people seem to own that car. We know some really great people that own that car.
Oh, I see. Okay, they came here.
Yes.
I think I went too fast again.
Yes, you
I keep screwing that up. All right.
And then SS Jake. Did you already do SS Jake?
I believe so.
Oh wait, you didn't do the Twinkies
No, I think we kind of. Oh, here we are, Miguel.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Miguel. I hope that answer your question. Sorry.
Josh Hernandez first.
Josh Hernandez. He says, "Used too many Twinkies and squirted cream of ice."
I'm glad I didn't read that.
Get a towel right away, or at least have a towel on hand. That's a cleaning wipe.
Well, I mean, everybody has Lysol wipes
these
days.
I would just go with a regular, because you don't want to stain. You don't want to stain the interior.
That makes sense.
Great question, Josh. I know there's lots of people out there suffering from that same problem.
Yes, it's terrible. SS Jake 915. Thank you, SS Jake. I have a 2007 SS Impala, but it's not the cleanest. It's got some messed up interior. 0609 didn't come with manuals, and they are the last SS Impalas. Yeah, that car. I was sad to see that.
Listen, it's one of those things. Even if you don't have a perfect one, it's still cool just to have one.
Yeah.
So you're a lucky guy for having one, and I'll keep looking to track one down.
That's right.
We'll keep looking. Thank you for that super chat.
Yes.
SS Jake.
All right, and then Larry.
Larry's here.
Just wanted to say hi while watching Burt Reynolds go on throttle and smoke for the umpteenth time. Woo!
You can't. There's not enough times you can't watch that. I love that movie. Jackie Gleason and just Burt Reynolds and everybody else. This is a great movie. But we're very grateful to have you here, Larry, and thanks for the super chat.
Yeah, really appreciate it. And then Dylan Navarro.
Thank you, Dylan. For that. Thank you,
If you
Dylan.
have a question, try to put it in the comments, and we'll make sure to keep an eye out for your name.
And then Corey, you're really generous, man. Thank you for that super chat.
Thank you. So he just bought a 19 GT. I can't
see. I'll go ahead and read it.
Yes.
So Corey says, I just bought a 19 GT California Special, but notice there are some parts that are generic to the GT lineup. What's your thoughts to have a Roush Stage 3 vent hood, lip, functional side vents, and chin along with the rear diffuser? Sorry, adding Stage 3 intake as well. I say go for it. I mean, the California Special already has those touches that stand out.
Yep.
Why not take it to the next level?
I think
and you'll have something very unique, very special, and the word that I like is functional. I like functional things. So
because it makes sense.
Exactly. So thank you, Corey, for that. And if you get it done, send me pictures.
Please.
I want to see it. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
We just got another one. Yes. Nope.
I'm good.
You're right on track.
On the money.
Plumber WRX. How's the Type RA doing?
The Type RA is doing great. I do need, we've been so busy tracking down these new vehicles for you guys. we haven't been able to film much of what we
own. Yeah.
And I promise we're going to get that together. Next week, we are going to be going to the Rolex 24 at Daytona, bringing you a lot of great content, especially if you're going to be a Patreon member starting February 1st. We're going to have a lot of content that we're going to create behind the scenes stuff for you guys on Patreon starting February 1st. But the thing is that we've been so busy, I need to sit down and get that. But we'll get that done for February.
Don't worry, we drive it.
We drive it.
Do a lot of filming with it. Whenever we get in the cars that we own, it's like the cameras.
We enjoy it. The cameras are off. Lori and I go for a nice drive somewhere. We go get lunch.
But we do need to do it because we've been. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yes, but she's doing good.
Really good.
And just awesome.
Yeah, every time we see her, we're like the blue and the gold.
Yes,
oh, you just can't beat it. Okay. Gabriel Young, should I get the 2021 Kia Stinger GT2? Wait on the 2022 Kia Stinger that's coming out in the spring.
I say it goes to almost like the same thing that was asked about the Veloster N. If you could find a good enough deal on a 2021, I would jump on it. Yeah. 2022, I think is going to be nice, but we still don't know exactly what it's going to be. I haven't driven one yet, so go with what you know. Especially if you've been wanting one.
It's such a great
and you'll get a better deal. I mean, that's because who knows what happens if the same thing happens with the Telluride where it's so hot and then they start adding markup on it.
Yeah, which these days seems to be
you
like
never
the
know.
flavor of the month.
But thank you to everybody that's super chatted so far. Thank you for all 220 people here. We got lots of questions coming in. Let's get back to our Meekum thing real quick.
Okay, yeah.
So the top three, you said Viper. What was your first one?
Carol Shelby's personal
Carol Shelby personal Cobra. Mine is going to be that 1996 Corvette Grand Sport Coupe. As crazy as that sounds, I remember when I was in a sophomore in college, I wanted one of those so bad. The last of the C4 generation. This one only had 2,600 miles, all original perfection.
Yeah.
What was your other one?
Well, the DeLorean.
The DeLorean.
I mean, it's not that often. You see DeLoreans all the time, and usually they have the flux capacitors in them, and they're all decked out with Back to the Future, and you don't get to sit in them.
Yes.
This one was all original, and you just got to sit there and breathe in 1981.
Yeah, I know. Well, you never sat one.
It was beautiful.
I never sat one either.
It was amazing.
We did get a super chat.
All right,
let's get to that super chat.
All right.
Let
me just make sure that was the only one. Okay. Yeah.
Gabriel, yes.
And then we have one here from Tony. Thank you,
Tony. Thank you, Tony. He says, liked your review of the 21 Lexus IS. Well, thank you. We love that car. Love the color of it. And definitely want to thank Zach and everybody over at Lexus for getting us access. And thank you for that super chat.
So upcoming, we've got.
Wait, hold on. I got my third one. I got to say. You got to say your three.
That's right.
No, just kidding. I got to, but I didn't get. My last one is going to be that one that we filmed, the 89 Celine Mustang.
Oh, yeah.
And if you haven't seen yet, right now we posted a Celine SSC 1989 Fox body.
Of that. I mean,
full review
without
driving it. Yes. Can't drive them at an auction unless you buy it. You buy it. That's when you get to drive it.
Exactly.
I did the Corvette Grand Sport convertible. The coupe we saw later, and we were done.
Yep.
And what I have coming is I have a Corvette Challenge race car that we filmed and a Laguna Seca Boss 302 perfect mint condition.
Perfect, yeah.
Now, I know some people might be a little curious, Joe, why weren't you going for the bigger cars that were there? Like maybe a Black Series SLS AMG Mercedes or a Celine S7. I don't know why I was feeling very nostalgic of my high school years. And that Viper just sent it back. Yeah. The Corvette Grand Sport sent it back for me for my early years in college. And then, of course, the Celine Mustang, the 89, just in that time period from like 14 to 20. That was.
It's neat to see those cars come back.
It brought back a lot of memories. Yeah. So that's why those were my favorites. So do we want to get to some of these questions?
Let's get to some questions.
All right, we're going to get to some of these questions, guys.
All right. So we will scroll up a little bit here, and then we'll just start right in the middle. We have one from Vestron. Do you think that Chevy should bring back the Chevy Cobalt?
I thought that they were going to do some magical things with the Cruise, bring over some of that performance from the Cobalt. I'm not too sure if people are going to buy it, to be honest with you. I think Chevy, if you're not buying a Camaro and you're not buying a Corvette, a lot of the Chevy lineup is just lacking, to be honest with you. I mean, I love the new Tahoe. I love the new Suburban. I think that, you know, what they have coming for the Traverse and the Equinox is some good stuff.
Yeah.
But some of their other cars,
it's just they fall flat.
You sit in them and you just feel like you're in a rental car.
Yeah, which is not a good feeling.
So, but I don't know. I don't think the Cobalt's going to come back because they killed off the Cruze. American manufacturers, many of them, as you've seen with Ford, are giving up on sedans.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
What else we got?
Labizian says, Joe, can you please make a video of how you started making car reviews? Because you guys are my inspiration.
You know, I've had some people ask me specifically about like making that video. I know I talked about my transition going from being a high school teacher. I made a review about that, going from teacher to YouTuber.
Yeah.
But I think we need to put something new together, really focusing on, well, what did I do to follow those steps?
Great idea. And for those of you that do want to know a little bit of the history of how Joe got started, if you go to radiesrides.com, we have a press page and there's some links to some
the videos.
Yeah, just some short videos. So that way you don't feel like you need to, you know,
and thank you, Corey. Corey, that was that
Vestrian and Labizian. Oh, the super chat. Sorry.
Thank you, Corey, once again for that awesome super chat. We really appreciate you, man. We got over 219 people watching, the Radies Rides fans. I'll say it. I tell this to people all the time, guys. You guys are the best freaking fans on YouTube, bar none. And guess what? The manufacturers read your comments.
Oh my gosh, they do.
That's why I'm in the comment section, because I want to know what you guys are saying, and I want to know what I'm going to have to, you know, either answer for or listen to from the OEMs. Right?
Yes, absolutely. We just got a super chat from
Benji's here. He's finally here. Thank you, Benji, for being here. I know you couldn't have been here earlier. We're going to get you hopefully next time on the moderator side of things.
Oh, look, and he's also giving a shout out to our TikTok page. Thank you.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know, but we started a TikTok back in
No
December.
dancing.
Weird.
No dancing. No singing.
You do not want to see that.
No, yeah. Well, yeah, no.
Well, they might get a really
that'd be better than the bloopers, but no, we're not. But we do have a Radies Rides TikTok page, and what's great about it is that we're able to show some of the stuff that we're working on that maybe might not be on YouTube
or a little early. Yeah, so it's good. I mean, if you're not following us on Instagram, you definitely, because there's stuff on TikTok that we don't get.
So definitely go there. If you're on TikTok, follow us. Lori and I are putting out some, I think, stuff that you're going to love.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Benji. Thanks for bringing that up. And then G107.
Thank you, G107.
Peace and love, everybody. Happy New Year. You too. You guys are doing a great job. I like the new Lexus IS, the new GT2, all-wheel drive, and the Accord. I have to get one, but can't seem to make up my mind. Help, please.
Well, first of all, thank you for that super chat. And yes, Happy New Year to you as well. I'm telling you, I think for the money, I'm going Stinger. I just love the way that car drives. I love the way it makes me feel. I get a lot of people who ask me, you know, would you rather have a G70 or a Stinger? I always go back to Stinger.
Yeah.
Even though it's a very similar platform, there's just something about the Stinger when I'm driving it. I just enjoy it more.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew you were going to say that.
So how about some of these other questions? So thank you for your super chat. Hopefully that helped you out. Definitely go Stinger. That's what I would do.
All right. So well, first of all, I just want to say
Lori is beautiful.
Mark.
Yes, Mark.
Really
she is beautiful.
That. Let's see. More garage giveaways. Apollino wants to know.
Yes, we will be bringing you more reviews from the Dream Giveaway Garage. They have a ton of muscle cars that we need to bring. GTOs, Super Bs, all sorts of stuff is going to be coming. So stay tuned. We are working as fast as we can, as hard as we can to get all these cars.
We clone him about 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
Oh, Benji, you're hilarious. I was kind of dancing. I was definitely really excited.
Yes, you were jumping up and down.
That car was so hard to let go.
That thing's a beast.
Oh, man, that was great. Thanks, Benji.
Thank you, Benji.
Matthew, hey, Joe and Lori, your random question. If you were to pick RAV4, Hyundai Tucson, Hyundai Santa Fe, I thought of you the other day, saw Hostess K-Cups at Bed Bath & Beyond.
There you go.
They're everywhere.
Twinkie K-Cups.
Yeah, that's funny.
Anyway, so thank you for the super chat, Matthew. Great question.
Yeah.
I'm thinking between those 3 that you mentioned, I'm probably going to go with the new Santa Fe. I actually think for the money, you're getting the most amount of space.
Okay.
And Tucson, I got to wait and see for the redesign.
Right. The Santa Fe does look really nice. That redesign
did
a good job.
Depending on what trim you get, they really stepped it up.
This is true. I mean,
and I love the amount of room.
I really feel like on all 3 of those cars, the trim
is everything.
Really depends.
Trim is everything. If I'm going to get a RAV4, it's going to be the Adventure trim.
Yeah, I mean the RAV4, I feel like it's Toyota, it's great, but it's a little. I mean, depending on the trim. That's. I feel like that's one of those questions where you're going to need to sit in each one of those cars.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah. SS Jake.
Thank you, first of all, Matthew.
Oh yes, thank you.
SS Jake, thank you for your super chat. Again, he says my Impala is posted on his Instagram.
Nice.
I will check that out as soon as we are done with the live. So I can't wait to see it. So thank you for the super chat. And thank you for letting me know.
And Stuart says, Joe, you're beautiful too. It's not just me.
Well, thank you. Do you have your glasses on? I don't know.
Yeah, right. You're very handsome. Plumber WRX is here. Yes. Joe, the engine in my 2018 STI Limited blew up at 45,000 miles. Dang it. Stock, always well taken care for. It was covered under warranty, but still annoying.
Listen, man, I totally get what you're saying. I have gotten nothing but grief from people every time I buy an STI, because this is my 4th STI that I've owned. And, it's one of those things, even when you take care of them, things can still go wrong.
Well, it is a machine.
It is a machine.
And it's like they're not.
And it sucks. Perfect. I know it sucks, but the great news is at least the warranty is there. There's a lot of people, and this is why you want to be careful. If you're going after a certain car, say it's a car that was once very expensive that now you could get used, but there's no warranty, right. You want to be careful what you buy, because if something goes wrong, things aren't cheap anymore when it comes to engines and stuff. Yeah, so my heart bleeds for you, brother, but you know what? You got her fixed. It's all going to be yes, definitely.
Anthony Baez. Anthony, thank you so much. You should do a video of my dream car, the 2021 Mini Cooper convertible base, 1.53 cylinder, because it's literally a fun car to drive.
And I will be heading back up to Mini of Tampa Bay. So
you're a big fan of Mini.
I do love it. Minis are fun. They're fun to throw around, and they're just they handle like they're on rails, and they're just the look of them. They're just so iconic. They don't try to be part of mainstream. It's like they're going to do it their way, and I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Thank you, Anthony.
We got another super chat that just came in here from SS Jake.
He says, I'll read that one. The Heritage Shelby is the most beautiful, haha, and my Instagram is the same as my YouTube name. I figured that, Jake. I will check it out. Thank you for the compliment on the Heritage. She really is a beautiful Shelby, but there's so many beautiful cars out there. There really are. But thank you for your support. We're going to try to answer some more questions. The big piece of news we wanted to tell you on top of Patreon and everything else is that next week we're going to be at the Rolex 24. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned for that. It's a little different this year because they're only allowing so many people into the track. Garages are closed to spectators and also pit road. So we're going to try our best to get some action for you guys, but stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Let's see. Toxic 6460 wanted to know, didn't you used to race cars?
Yes, I did used to race cars. It's one of those things I try not to talk about all the time because I don't want people to think I'm bragging or something. But after college, before I started teaching, for a little over 3 years, I raced cars professionally. I've raced at tracks like Laguna Seca, Watkins Glen, Sebring, Daytona. I even raced and lived up in Canada for a little while in a town outside of Toronto. So it was awesome. It was one of those things that I learned that you need a lot of money to race cars. And I had sponsors, but after the tech bubble burst in 2000, lost a lot of my sponsors and had to move on. But the great news is, with all of your support and Raity's Rides, I feel like I've been able to take the helmet and put it back on at certain times.
Which, speaking of which, in April
13th, we are going to the GT 350 Track Attack. Remember, because we were able to get the Shelby, you get a free day at the Ford Performance Racing School. Plus, we decided to stick around for a second day. So stay tuned for action. We're going to be doing some live stuff from the track. We did do a live review. I don't know if many of you saw it. If you haven't, go to the live videos on Raity's Rides. We did a live review at Mecum of a 1994 ZR1 Corvette.
Yeah.
I did it live.
Way through.
I did it live without drive, but Can't drive them.
But
you gotta buy them.
Check that out because that was a lot of fun.
But thank you for asking about my racing, and we're gonna be bringing that track action in April. So stay tuned.
And we've got a question from Kevin Joseph and a super chat. So
thank you
Kevin,
for the super chat, Kevin. We really appreciate you.
He says, "Thank you for what you do. Although I had my mind made up, your review pushed me to purchase a new Accord last May."
Well, congratulations on the Accord. Accord is a great car. I love the way that no matter what car you buy, whether it's a Honda or an Acura, there's just something that they transmit very well into the overall steering feel. And I like that in the Accord. Yeah. So congrats on that. And I'm glad to have you as part of the Radies Rides family. And definitely thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear that people get so much out of your videos and it helps them make those purchases.
What else we got?
All right, so let's see. Hey Joe, what are some cars you plan on featuring on your channel this year?
So when it comes to who is this?
Michael Rubin.
Michael Rubin. When it comes to certain cars, it's one of those things that I want to try to bring everything.
Yeah.
What I do know is that I actually had a subscriber reach out. He ordered a McLaren 765 LT. He wants us to feature it on the channel.
That would be great.
So we're going to be bringing you some supercar stuff. I'm hoping that once we get to back to the auto shows, we'll bring you a plethora of stuff. But I know that we're going to be bringing the Jeep Wrangler 4xe, the new Jeep Grand Cherokee,
the Elantra N.
The Elantra N. We're going to be bringing you Camaro.
Oh yeah.
More Camaro stuff. Some surprises with a Camaro. All that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So we got a lot of things on the horizon.
Yes.
Just wait and see.
Yes. Very, very good stuff coming up. All right. So let's come through here.
We got another question about the Envision. See, I told you. Well, remember how I said
you did?
You're like Envision, Buick? Yeah. And I'm like, people want to see it.
Yes.
We are going to be bringing you the Buick Envision. So stay tuned. Redesign for 2021. Benji with another super chat. Thank you, Benji.
Yeah, I know the big Bronco. Everybody wants to see the big Bronco. We all want to see the big Bronco.
And let me set the record straight. Let me set the record straight. The Bronco Sport is not the big Bronco. They're making two Broncos, everybody. There was some people in the comment section of the Bronco videos that kept saying, this doesn't look like the full-size Bronco. And it's not. It's the small Bronco. And it shouldn't surprise you that they did that because they've made smaller Broncos before. There was a Bronco called the Bronco 2. Back in 1984, they started that. So
I think it was just the way it kind of released, and then in the pandemic.
Yeah, Ford did a terrible job with telling everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, we do want to get our hands on that one, Benji. And then here's a question from Jarvis. Well, thank you, Jarvis, for the super chat. We really appreciate it.
Sure.
What everyday driver for a beginner enthusiast would you recommend? 4 doors, manual, under 30,000. He's thinking GTI, GLI, Elantra Sport, or Civic Si.
To be honest with you, out of those choices, it's going to come down to, I'll put them in order for you, order of preference. I would go Civic Si. I would go GTI. Depends on the Elantra Sport. If the Elantra Sport is a 2017, 2018, I would probably go that route. If not, I would then immediately go GLI. But it's going to be between the GTI, the GLI, and the Elantra Sport. It's like splitting hairs. The Civic Si, it just has this connected driving experience that even with its 205 horsepower, it feels a lot faster.
I fell in love with the clutch on the
clutch,
Civic Si.
especially for a new enthusiast, beginner enthusiast. For sure.
Yeah.
So good luck with your decision. I would go Civic Si.
My two would be the Civic Si or the GTI. Yeah. And depending on what deal and trim.
Thank you, Jarvis. By the way, we got another super chat from Anthony. What do you like about the 2021 Nissan Armada? And I wonder when they will release the SV or the SL. So still going to have to be probably a couple months before the SV and the SL come out. We're going to be bringing it to you from Mas Nissan. You know what? It's one of those things. I'm just grateful that Nissan is making some changes, and it's just a unique SUV where it can pretty much just drive through. The 4x4 system in that thing is just ridiculous.
It really is. It's a tank.
Would I buy one? Probably not. But for somebody who could use, somebody who could use that 4x4 and want luxury style interior, it's better than I think it's a better buy than the QX80. So,
I was impressed with it. I really was.
Definitely.
So thank you for that super chat.
Thank you, Anthony.
And we just got another one here from...
You want to pronounce that one?
Yes. Yi Yang Cheng.
Thank you. Wow.
Right. Yay.
Yes. Awesome.
All right. So hey, Joe and Lori. Love you guys. Just want to let you know that YouTuber Elliot Alvis is really touched when you guys rev the C4 Corvette. But which one do you guys recommend, the Enclave or the Atlas CS?
Well, first of all, thank you for pointing that out about Elliot Alvis.
Elliot Alvis. We'll have to take a look and see. And I'm glad to hear that he's so touched by that.
That's awesome. Second of all, Enclave or the Atlas CS, I'm going to have to go Atlas all the way. And we actually do have a new 2021 Cross Sport review coming to the channel. I like the style of the Cross Sport. For me, especially because we just have our furry son and not 12 kids.
Yep.
Not having that third row, I like all that extra room, and I like the way it drives. It feels substantial, and I like that. So that's the way I would go. Thank you for your super chat. By the way,
thank you so much. All right, I think we're caught up on super chats.
Awesome.
So let's take a look at what we have in the regular chat here. So
we got over 202 people watching.
Oh my gosh!
Do you still have that Subaru BRZ? Yes, we do, and that is American. Oh, it's going so fast. American Hooligan. Lori still has her BRZ. There may be some changes coming. We will see. That's all I'm going to say. We will see.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
What could it be? Wait, we got a super chat from Benji.
Benji,
you're so sweet. Benjamin C wants to know, what is your view on what it takes to be a successful person? I think that's an awesome question. That is an awesome question. And thank you, both Benji and Benjamin C, for that.
Thank you, Benji, for doing that for Benjamin C. Benjamin C and anybody else that cares to know, I think it's things that I used to tell my students when I was a teacher. And if you don't know, I was a high school teacher, history high school teacher for 18 years. It's things like integrity, follow through, helping others out, even if it doesn't mean that you're going to be recognized, being honest, being caring. Those are all things that I think lead to what a successful person is. Money, if you're basing success off of money, that's the worst thing you could do, because you could be the biggest a-hole, and just because you have a lot of money, I wouldn't call you a success. So those are things that I would say would lead to being a successful person is following through. If you're going to say that you're going to do something, do it. Because guess what? Your flapping gums don't mean anything. It's the action, not just the words. Right?
I completely agree.
Caring about others. Even if, I feel like, unfortunately, what's great about what we do with YouTube and social media, we could talk with you guys. In the past, say if this was 20 years ago, this wouldn't happen.
No, we wouldn't be able to.
But the bad news about all of this is there's a lot of people out there that only do certain things because they want to post it on their Facebook page or their social media page, whatever it may be. And that's not the reason to do things. Yeah. The reason to do things is to be a good person and to help other people.
Yeah.
So
even if it's just putting a smile on someone's face.
Yes, saying hello. I feel like people don't say hello. I remember my final couple years teaching, walking down the hall and saying hello to a student. Sometimes they wouldn't even say hello. I'd be like hello, hey, how's it going? They just walk right by. I'm like, okay, did I forget to shower or something? So
those are really, really great.
I'm gonna get off my soapbox now, and I know I'm not here to preach.
Oh my gosh, we missed all these super chats.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but
thank you, Benji, for that, and thank you, Benjamin C. Really great question, and thank you for sharing that. That was really, and a lot of people say you're inspiring. That was very inspiring. Well, so let's jump to Dylan. Dylan, thank you for the super chat. Hello from the Navy ship.
Navy ship.
How cool is that? I've never been on a Navy ship, but now we kind of are.
We kind of are.
Because we're like vicariously living through Dylan right now.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you for your service, Dylan. Yes. We really appreciate you, and it's great to have you here tonight. And
Mazda 3 Turbo, he wants to know. What do you think?
I love it. I mean, the only major zonk that I have is you can't get in a manual. But if you don't care about a manual, having the all-wheel drive, having that turbocharged goodness definitely has plenty of get up and go.
Yeah.
So you've had a Mazda 3. Yeah. I like the redesigned Mazda 3. I know some people think the design is a little funky, but you know what? I think that it stands out in a good way for me.
Yeah.
And the only other bad side is they took away the multi-link rear suspension. But listen, I threw a Mazda 3 down some twisty bits pretty hard, and she's still stuck. All right. So it's going to be okay just having the torsion beam. But it would be nice to have a manual. But that's my input. I think it's a great car.
And thank you, Dylan. We've got some more super chats if you wouldn't mind scrolling a little. Mr. Jay-Z, thank you. Did you see the dealer that sold the demo Bronco? Yeah, we heard about that.
You know what? I immediately saw that, and I sent it over to Tracy at Walker Ford. Great news is it was not Walker Ford.
Yeah.
It's another local Ford dealership. I'm not going to mention names, but it's one of those things that sometimes communication at dealerships, believe it or not, is terrible.
Or any organization.
Like
the government.
Yeah, exactly.
Which we're not going to talk about any of that.
But anyways.
But thank you for that super chat. And Avs J, RDX A-Spec, Lincoln Corsair, or Alfa Romeo Stelvio?
Great question.
Yeah.
I'm going to say right off the bat, I'm going RDX A-Spec. The first time I ever got behind the wheel of an RDX A-Spec, I love the way it drove. Yep. I dig the way it looks. I also like the way that the Stelvio drives. I'm just a little paranoid about the reliability. I know some people you talk to, they never had a problem.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, the Italian styling and the seats are great. It just, some people you talk to, they had great experience. Other people you talk to, they had terrible experience.
Yep. Yeah. It's a little too mixed bag.
And then the Lincoln Corsair, I really haven't had a lot of time behind the wheel of one of those. I'm hoping that this year, when somebody asks, what cars are you reviewing this year, we want to review more Lincolns.
We really do, yeah.
But I know the Corsair could be fast when you option it correctly. For me, I'm going RDX A-Spec.
Yeah.
So thank you for the super chat.
Really great
question.
Okay. And then Blaker H.
Love
the channel. GT350, best car ever made in your question mark?
That's a loaded question, first of all. Second of all,
we do have one in the garage, so that is kind of how can you answer that without being biased? It's gotta be up there as
it's gonna be up there, to be honest.
Best car ever made. I mean, wouldn't you say that the Ferrari F40 is the best car?
I mean, that's my favorite car. Would I say it's the best car?
Maybe not.
Does best mean favorite?
Well, and that kind of goes back to your.
I would, that's a tough question, man.
You stumped him.
I'm not stumped. It's just it's a tough.
Hours.
I would actually, believe it or not, where I'm thinking in my mind, it's going to some type of Corvette.
Yeah.
And no, it's not the C8. And if you own a C8, I'm not saying bad things about it. So not to hurt your feelings. I know there's some people that own C8s and they think that I'm zonking it. It's like
C8's a great car.
It's a great car. But there would be a Corvette, I think, somewhere down that line.
What generation would you be thinking?
I'm trying to stick to general, and you just made it more specific.
Give us
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm leaving it at Corvette.
C4 to C7.
But listen, that just shows my honesty and how I feel about cars. It's not just about what I have in the garage. It isn't. I'm not. As much as I love the Shelby, is it the best car made? I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
In the history of cars? Wow, it's really silent in here.
It's really quiet.
Nobody's talking. No, that's a good question.
I'm trying to hear the thoughts in your head about which Corvette it is.
I'm going something Corvette. Maybe like a 63 split window, fuel injected or something like that. I don't know.
That's tough.
That's pretty specific.
It's tough, man.
All right, what else we got?
I think I just skipped a bunch.
Thank you, Blaker H.
Yes, thank you. Okay, here we go.
GT350 is great, though.
Benji, you're so sweet, Benji. That was a great answer, and that's why I love y'all. I'm thankful that fate brought y'all to Walker, and I'm thankful to call you two my friends.
Well, thank you.
If you guys don't know who Benji is, for those of you that might be new, Benji is a long-time subscriber back in the very beginning.
We met him when we bought my Ford Focus
used
RS.
To work at Walker Ford.
I had 800 subscribers.
Oh my gosh!
And he's been on the journey ever since, and it's great to share. We've become good friends. So
thank you so much, Benji. We feel the same way. And then Joshua Abraham, thank you, Joshua. Love your videos, always entertaining. Should I purchase the 2021 Dodge Charger GT classic car with good deals, or wait for the new Kia K5 GT?
That's another tough one.
Ooh.
The reason why it's tough is because each of those two cars gives such a unique driving experience.
Very different.
I enjoyed the Kia K5 GT. I also like Dodge Chargers. That's a tough one, man.
That's like, I don't know. That's
really, here, I'll put it this way. If what means more to you is having the newest 21st century style and the latest and greatest technology to a point, I would say go Kia K5 GT.
I like that.
If you want still technology,
it's amazing.
But yet you want more of that old school feel, but without the maintenance and worry of an old school car, I would say go Charger.
Well, and when we think about gas mileage here, aren't we talking about a pretty significant difference?
There's a difference. There is a difference.
So I would say it also probably depends on how far you're going to travel.
Yeah, that's true. But I think I answered that very well.
Really great.
Thank you.
Excellent work.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to wrap this up a little soon here, but I think we got another super chat.
No, I think we were good.
Are we good?
I think we got both.
No, that was it.
Wait.
Oh my goodness, did we miss one?
In your personal opinion,
it's from Zenowitz22. So thank you, Zenowitz22.
Yeah, thank you, Zenowitz. We kind of
sorry about that. I'll scroll through.
Yes. What are some cars you don't recommend buying? I would say, I don't know. That's kind of a loaded question too, but
don't recommend buying.
If you're looking, let me just give you an example. If you're looking for a small subcompact SUV, I wouldn't buy a Chevy Trailblazer. Okay. There's a lot of other options I would buy.
Okay.
If you're looking for a compact SUV, to be honest with you, I personally wouldn't buy a CRV. I would go buy one of the other competitors.
Well,
I would go buy a CX-5.
Because why? Because you just don't like the style?
The style, I like the driving experience. Okay. But I still recommend the CRV.
From a reliability standpoint.
Yeah, it's still reliable. Right? That's a tough question.
Are there any?
Don't buy a Yugo.
I was just going to say, are there any cars that you'd be like, don't buy it, don't do it?
I'm thinking, and I guess certain Mitsubishi products, maybe?
That I would agree with that.
Yeah. Especially
if I was going to buy a Mitsubishi Mirage, would you let me do that?
No. On Throttle would probably break that car. No.
Yes, right? Okay, so great question.
Great question, yes.
Question here from Danny Phillips. Thanks, Danny. Hey, Joe, we have a CRV and an Explorer ST, but are looking to consolidate info into one vehicle that combines the best attributes of each. Any advice? That's a great question based on the last conversation.
Yes, a lot of choices to choose from. I don't know how much money you have to spend, but do you ever think maybe a Durango Hellcat?
Well, let's stay in the CRV Explorer ST. I know it's
more performance. That's $60,000.
Okay,
and if they're consolidating,
so something like 45-ish.
No, more.
More?
If they're consolidating, they're going from two cars in one car.
More. Okay.
On one car, they can get a more expensive car.
The best attributes of each. Okay, okay. I like your math.
I like Durango.
I wasn't going that route with the math.
I was going that way. That's the way I'm going. If you're looking at taking the prices of two vehicles and putting them together to get one car, that gives you more wiggle room.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. The Durango Hellcat would be one hell of a way to go. There's lots of different options. It just really depends on what you want, whether you want performance, do you want the reliability, because you can't have it all. It's really hard to have it all in one vehicle.
It really is.
It really, really is. Because of the thing that's throwing me off the most about his question is the ST, because there's performance there.
Right.
So that's where I'm a little hung up, because when you go look at performance, I guess you could look at an Audi S7, or excuse me, SQ7.
Right. Oh, I like that.
But now you're looking, the price tag is going.
Yeah. Well,
that's tough. I would say, listen, the easy answer would be Durango Hellcat. It's one hell of a.
Yeah, but what about the Telluride? I know that's
no, because he's looking for performance.
Yeah, there's a CRV there.
He's looking for performance. I like the Telluride.
I think you should include the Telluride and the Sorento. What about the Sorento X-Line? I know that's
it's just no. I would say, Danny, I would say it all depends on how much you value performance. If the performance is going to be that thing that kind of puts you over the edge, like you want that more, then that's going to kind of shoehorn you into some pretty pricey vehicles.
That is.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
That's a tough one. That's a tough segment, Dan.
Yeah.
Goodness. There's
Great question,
so much competition there. All right. So we have a few super chats that have come in, and I'm so afraid that I've missed some. So I'm going to scroll.
You're going to scroll down first?
Yes, because Danny was the last one here.
I think you need to scroll
the SSJ
other direction.
Okay, yes. So there's Danny.
Yep.
And now I'm scrolling down.
Okay.
SS Jake.
SS Jake is back. How do you feel about the V6 muscle pony cars. I don't think they should be a thing. You know, to be honest with you, the thing is that you got to keep the variety for people. Not everybody wants a V8 pony car. Not everybody can afford a V8 pony car. So or handle the performance. There's some people, I wouldn't put them in a V8 powered station wagon, let alone a Mustang or a Camaro or a Challenger. No way. So to have the V6 option or the EcoBoost option, yeah, they can still get themselves into plenty of trouble, but at least it's kind of lessened a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's easy to handle.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, that allows the manufacturers to make more money, to keep making those kind of cars when you have the variety.
Yeah, it does.
Can I scroll with that?
Yes.
Am I doing well?
Jeremy Riley.
Thank
you.
Thank you for the super chat. Been watching you since you were around 30,000 subs. Thank you. Thank you for being on the journey with us. That's really awesome. Makes me happy to see a channel with passionate, consistent, and quality content. Keep up the good work. 1 million subs is coming soon. Yes, Jeremy, you're right. Thank you for being on the journey. And the reason why we're going to get to 1 million is because of people like yourself and everybody else that's been watching tonight. So thank you.
T. Howard, Joe and Lori in a drop top Corvette. Perfect.
Heck yeah. I like the way that goes.
And then thank you for the super chat. And then Nivan. Hi, Joe and Lori. Just wanted to thank you and bringing such a great community together. Wishing all the Raiti family a safe, healthy, and successful 2021.
That's really awesome. And that's what I love about being in the comment section, is seeing how many of you interact with one another, really want the community. That's what is important to me. The cars are great, but you guys are what are most important, because without you, we wouldn't have a car passion to share.
Yeah. I mean, this is what it's all about.
Yeah,
really.
definitely.
It's getting all of us together. And it's so nice that we can actually get together in the chat room. So thank you for that, Nivan. And then Yi Yang Chang, would you ever acquire some cars that are from Hovie's garage?
Probably not, because he likes to get some really interesting cars that are not in the best condition or have super high miles. And I'm the type of person that I'd rather pay a little bit more to get a car that's a little nicer.
Right. Because
there's that old saying, the cheap comes out expensive.
That's right.
But I like what Hovie's garage does.
Oh, yeah,
that's his thing. He goes out and finds these, high mileage Lamborghinis and stuff. And that's awesome. But I don't want a high mileage Lamborghini.
Yeah. I can see
that's too much maintenance cost.
All right, so let's see here. I think we've got
Thank you, by the way.
Yes, thank you so much. Danny Phillips should get the MDX Type S in a few months then.
Thank you. Where were you? You should be sitting here with us. Thank you for saying that. Yes, Danny, go for that Type S. I haven't obviously driven it yet, but it does seem to kind of blend those two together.
That's a really great point. I love that.
Smart man.
Yes. Sometimes it just takes a few folks just to put those pieces together. Stephanie Valdez, thank you. Most underrated channel ever. 1 million subs soon.
Thank you, Stephanie, for saying that. We really appreciate your support. And you're right. We're getting there. We're at 436. Sky's the limit. And it's all because of you guys.
That's right. And then Rooster 857. You two make a great team. Thank you.
You're so 100% correct.
Thank you for saying that.
Yes, we appreciate your support.
I skipped some. Hold on. Let me scroll back up. So sorry, Miguel Lopez. Thoughts on the Kia Niro hybrid? My wife is between that and a Stinger GT line, which is what I hope that she gets. And it's Mikel. Thank you for that. That helps.
Thank you, Mikel. We totally missed that. We need to wear our glasses.
I can't see anything.
We both
I've always had terrible eyes.
So, Mikel, thank you for that correction. I'm sorry about that. Listen, as a teacher, I mess people's names up all the time. So
that's true.
But thank you, Mikel. I would definitely, I haven't driven a Niro, to be honest with you. I don't really love the way they look, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Tell your wife to get the GT line. I just like the way it drives. The Stinger just drives great. Having the versatility of the Sportback is amazing, and it's just a great car.
It is true. I'm just scrolling through one more time to make sure that we got everybody here, because we are well past our hour.
Yes.
And as much
we need to start closing up shop. We got to get up early.
We've got a big day tomorrow. We got some big
filming tomorrow to do.
We're going to be filming all day. So we want to thank you guys so much for being here with us tonight. Oh, quick question from SS Jake 915. How do you all do reviews like insurance and all that? That is a really great question that I would love to take offline.
Yes.
Because so if you want to know
send us an email about that. I'll be more than happy to give you information about that.
Yeah. And then other than that, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
We appreciate you having
Thank you for the super chat.
Yes. All the people that super chatted, all over 228 people that showed up tonight. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Stay tuned for the launching of Patreon on what day?
February 1st.
February 1st. Stay tuned next Thursday for the driving impressions, January 28th of the MDX.
That's right.
And then definitely stay tuned for more awesome car reviews because they're coming and we are on throttle. And just like always, guys, we'll see you on the next ride. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night. Have a good rest of the week. We'll see you.